What's up? Welcome into Chicago Bears Now by Chat Sports. My name is Harrison Graham. We are back on our live shows every Tuesday. Missed last week with some other stuff going on, but here we are back at it once again. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, hanging out. And I was wondering, why were we out last week? But 4th of July, I had the day off, and hopefully you guys had a good holiday a week ago. Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are watching from. Or 2 weeks away, 2 weeks and a day away from the start of training camp. And I, for one, I don't know about you guys, I'm ready because things have gotten dry. They've gotten quiet. I'm just ready for some real football to talk about. We got Levante in Chicago, Jeremy T in Dubuque. We got Consuming in Kauai. How hot is it in Hawaii right now? Ooh, Sam Lectara with the 20. Oh, we were DMing, Rolly. It's our hypothetical of the week, I'm guessing, coming up here. The Gabe says Ohio. We got Stebbs in Milwaukee. We'll get to Lectara Super in a sec. Kevin in Los Angeles. Prod Dunn in Denver. We've got, let's see here. The Old Man in Birmingham. Kevin in Orlando. Antonio Brown in Oceanside, California. Hopefully not the Antonio Brown. John Russell in Las Vegas. Wasim in Irvine. Wasim. Bear Down from H-Town says FGB. Larry in Bartlett, Illinois in the house. Jaden, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. What's up, William? He said lifelong Bears friend from Indianapolis. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's get to Sam's question here. If you guys haven't been paying attention the last couple live shows, he's been sending in a hypothetical every week. He said, would you rather have the ability to start over right now and live life again from birth with the knowledge you have now, normal life expectancy, or live another 500 years guaranteed without physically aging? Definitely the latter for me, Rolly. Like, I've had a pretty good life. Like, you know, we all go through ups and downs, but I'm married. I have a kid now. I have no regrets in that regard. Like, I'm very happy with all of that. So, look, there's obviously things you'd like to change, but I don't think I'm starting fresh. I'm content with where I'm at. I get 500 more years, I'm in. That's a long time, though. Maybe you don't want to live that long.
I think I'm taking the first one.
Okay.
Sam. One, I'd be filthy rich because just the way you can, if you know what's going to happen and assuming everything stays the same way, you can invest in like Bitcoin super early, you can bet on sports, you can just make a shit ton of money and change your life for the better, or
money ain't everything, man.
It's true. I don't know. I'm young enough to where if my childhood went the same exact way, it'd be cool to like relive some of those moments, maybe do some things differently. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's pros and cons to both. I might feel differently if I was the age I am now and like single and didn't really know where I was going in my personal life. I might feel differently, but like my job, like the family I'm growing into. So I mean, listen, I can't really complain.
I will say this.
Now I'll also add this before you go. I don't know if I want to live for 500 years.
Well, that was kind of my point.
That's a long time. Now, if I could live to 100 without any major health concerns, I think that'd be cool. But I don't need to live for 500.
I mean, 500 years is a long time. And assuming in this hypothetical that you are the only one living the 500 years, I think it would just get super depressing seeing a bunch of people you know, you love, your friends
a lot of
go
death.
before you. I don't think that would be very fun. So I think I would take restarting the life, knowing everything. Like I said, you'd have a lot of money. You could relive some cool moments, maybe change some things that you aren't proud of, and then move on.
Marty K says, money buys happiness. Don't believe anyone who says otherwise. I will say this. You definitely have a better chance of being happy if you have money at your disposal. Like, I will say that. But what I will say is money isn't everything. Like, you can still be content and happy with just average. Now, if you're dirt poor, maybe, yeah, like it's going to be hard to have a really happy life that way. But I do get what you're saying. Like, if I won the lottery tomorrow, chances are I'm going to have a happier life. Like, because I'm going to be able to do whatever the hell I want.
Exactly. I win the lottery tomorrow. I get to golf every day and just hang out.
I hear you.
Sounds like a fun life to me.
Yeah, I definitely hear you on that. And Sam, we'll flash our super chat menu in a minute. You actually just got something you didn't even realize. So shout out to you. Who you signing between these two guys? Maybe you want both. If you want Justin Houston, type JH. If you want Yannick and Ngakoue, type YN. If you want both, type B for both. Who you picking? This is our live poll question as well. 48% say Ngakoue, 7% say Justin Houston, 45% say both. So very few people want just Justin Houston. They will either want Ngakoue or both. What are you guys saying in the chat? Marty K says Ngakoue. Michael says both. Jaden says Ngakoue. So does Oatmeal. JF says Ngakoue. Clowney from Mario. Frank Hero says Ngakoue. So does Matt Nadu. We got Larry saying both. William says both. Chicago Bears Report says Ngakoue. Bring back Nagy from Matt Nagy. We're good. We're good over here. Tobin says I need both. Lovey Smith says Dwayne Smoot. Another option out there. Tarqueen says both. Chet says Yannick Ngakoue. Look, I would like to have both. If I had to just pick one, I would probably pick Ngakoue because he's younger. I think Houston's a better run stopper overall, and Ngakoue a better pass rusher. But I would certainly take both. I think there's room for both. You certainly have the cap space to sign both. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk about both these players coming up here in just a little bit. All right, it's been a little while. Spam FGB in the chat. Let's get it popping here. Listen, week one opponent, the Packers. I mean, I think we got to spam FGB on every video between now and week one. That's just got to build that energy against the Packers here. Wasim, Frank, Daniel, Bears Report. We got Tobin, the Gabe, Dion, Corey. Cheers to you guys. Chet, Matt Nagy, Frank, Chef, Mr. Melkor, Heidi, Mario. We got Sammy, Jake, Tobin, Larry 2.0, Weez SME, Daniel, Ahmad Cole, Levante, spamming FGB. Appreciate everybody in the chat doing so. F the Vikes too. Hey, F Minnesota, F Detroit. We know where Don Burr's at. He's watching somewhere. Frank says F Jordan Love. The FJLs are acceptable as well. We got Weez and Larry in there as well. We're gonna be pushing FGB a lot more. We'll flash the T-shirts some more leading up to week one as well. Marty K says I spam FGB on the NBA channel too. Listen, FGB is acceptable all across chat sports, so we definitely appreciate that. Now, shout out to Sam Lectaro with this $20 super chat. We're running a little July special here. Usually Fields boot stickers to get on the Justin Fields boot. $50, just $20. Listen, July special. We're having fun here. $20 to get on the boot. $10 to take fireball shots. Rolly's got some Patron over there. $5. I just cracked a Happy Dad over here. We're sipping. Happy Mom, actually. Yeah, it's true. $50. I'll go get a beer bong. We'll take one down. And $350 total. We've got this Bears flag that Rolly and I have already signed. The Cowboys Report, Tom Downey challenged me to a super chat battle before his live show yesterday. They picked up $350. Here's the flag, Monsters of the Midway. Rolly and I have signed it. If we get past $350, I will pick a lucky random winner for who's still watching at the end of the stream. Whether you super chatted or not, lucky winner. We'll ship this flag out to all of you, or to one of you. I wish I could get one for all you guys, but if we cross 350 as a show today, if we beat the Cowboys Report, a lucky winner will win the Bears Monsters of the Midway flag. So if that's something you're interested in, then cool. If not, we'll save it for another time. Here's another super chat from No. Cheers to you. Sup, Harrison? I have a strong feeling Tyreek Stevenson will be our CB1 in not so distant future. Thoughts? Also, Fields comeback player of the year. How would he be comeback player of the year? He had a better year two than year one. He didn't suffer an injury to come back from, so that doesn't make sense. But in terms of having a big year, sure. Like, I think he could have a really big breakout. As far as Stevenson goes, Rolly agrees with me. One of my favorite corners in the draft. I thought they got good value where they did late in the second round. I'm still a big Jalen Johnson guy. I think he's their CB1 this year, but he's in a contract year. We don't know for sure if they're going to bring him back or not. It's possible Stevenson is the CB1 of the future. Just give me solid CB2 play. Give me that as a rookie, and I'll be happy with Tyreek Stevenson.
Harrison, I remember when the Bears traded up, we were so intrigued. We were live for day 2 of the NFL draft. We didn't know who it would be. And once we saw it was Tyreek Stevenson, we went nuts because we were both pretty high on him. I know there was someone in our Chat Sports office that had a first-round grade on him, a.k.a. Jack Sperry. Yep. But we love Stevenson, so it was pretty dope to see him go to the Bears. And I kind of agree with No here. I think he'll be our CB1. And maybe it's because Jalen Jones ends up leaving, or Johnson, excuse me. Maybe Stevenson just takes it outright.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got that potential. He's got that dog in him. He's physical. He can take the football away. I do think that's something he can do better than Johnson is create takeaways. So I'm excited for him. And, you know, we weren't sure what they were doing when they traded up. We thought maybe they're, taking a receiver, an edge rusher. But I did think corner in round 2 could make some sense. And the Bears clearly agreed, and that's why they went up in a few spots to get Tyreek Stevenson. Now, who's your favorite ex-Bear? And then we'll get to Bear Forever 14 in just a moment. Favorite ex-Bear, could be current or all time. Let me know. Chat says, let go, love the flag. Yeah, 350 combined. We're already 10% of the way there. We're at $35. So 220 people watching. If everybody's sending $2, we'd get there. Who's your favorite ex-Bear? Matt Nagy says, Matt Nagy. That's classic.
I tell you what, Harrison, Matt Nagy is very fond of himself. A lot of hubris out of Nagy.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I'll tell you what, too. I watch the CHGO guys quite a bit. Another Bears YouTube channel. You guys should go check them out. Hogue, Moriano, Carm. They all do a great job. Met those guys at the Super Bowl. And this Matt Nagy guy watches their shows, too, and it is hilarious. So that's good stuff here. Matt Barkley. Wow. I feel like you guys are naming random Bears. There's Devin Hester in the chat. Khalil Mack, Cody Parkey, he who must not be named. Sweetness from Matt Nadeau. Dick Butkus as well. Walter Payton, Devin Hester, Matt Forte,
Love
Peanut
the Matt
Tillman.
Forte call by Heidi.
Forte on those Jay Cutler teams. I mean, he was a stud.
I don't know if you guys
fantasy
are
football
yeah,
god.
I was gonna say I don't know if you guys are fantasy football guys, but I fell in love with Matt Forte in the early 2010s because how effective he was on the Bears.
Well, when PPR first started to take off, he was like the best back in the league for that because he would catch
tough.
like 5 balls a game. So.
He was tough. I'm disappointed I haven't seen any Mitch Trubisky's.
Well, that's yours for sure.
That is mine. It is clearly my favorite ex-Bear.
Nathan Vasher, Mike Brown, Cade McNown, Brian Urlacher, Gary Finchick. We got Richard Dent, Tariq Cohen. It's sad what happened to Tariq, man, with the injuries. But you play this game, that's definitely a possibility. Walter Payton.
Did you say that on Twitter? I think I saw that Devin Hester is your favorite Bear of all time.
Yeah, so I just put out a tweet. So, and a couple people came at me and be like, "How could it not be Walter Payton?" To me, as a sports viewer, first of all, 2 different distinctions. One, who's the best Bear of all time? I think that would be probably Walter Payton. I didn't watch him though, so to me, to say he's my favorite when I wasn't alive to watch him feels disingenuous.
That's kind of how
Devin Hester was as my teenage years. I'm like, he was the most electrifying player in football. So he was my favorite Bear by far.
I think this is a good analogy with actually the Chicago Bulls. It's like, if I was a Bulls fan, I love Michael Jordan, and I'm just an NBA fan, but I don't think I could ever consider him my favorite Bull.
I was 3 years old when he was at his peak.
I never watched him play in the NBA. When I started watching, he wasn't the guy, and he wasn't playing. So it's I don't think you can say those type of guys are your favorite of all time. You never watched them live.
Yeah, and you can say, look, he's the best Bear ever, this and that, but if you didn't watch him, you can't. And people are like, oh, YouTube clips. I'm like, that's not the same. That's you didn't live it. You didn't experience it. I'll give you an example. My son is 3 months old. Let's say LeBron plays 2 or 3 more years. I don't think when he's 20, he can be like, yeah, LeBron's my favorite player ever. Technically, he was alive for a couple years late in his career, but that's not really going to check out. So, that's kind of how I view it at the end of the day. A few super chats coming in. Appreciate the donations here. Bear Forever with the 10. I'll pour out a shot here. He says, hey, Harrison, how would you feel about doing watch the tape I think you mean tape videos.
Means tape.
Like watching tape of new Bears and reacting. Those kind of things might be fun. Let me first take down this shot. Cheers. Let me say this. I would love doing it. Here's the problem. If you use all 22 on YouTube, you can't monetize off it. And as much as I would like to do these videos for free, this is a job. Like if we don't make money, I can't do these videos. So, I've thought about doing like some kind of like Patreon setup where we do separate videos for like members. I don't know if you guys would be into that. I would love to do it because last season I did get more into the tape stuff. I did a Justin Fields film study with some screenshots of all 22. I could do some more of that. That seemed pretty well received. I'd rather do the clips, but again, the NFL claims the footage, so it's copyrighted. So that's just how that goes. Appreciate the super chat though. Ken 1973 with the 20. So I got to get a sticker for Ken and for Sam Lectara. Shout out to Ken, getting you a sticker here. Let me pull this off. And listen, my goal is to fill up this Justin Fields boot and then auction it off for a lucky subscriber. There's some room on the back we got to film out here. So shout out Ken. Let's go to ATC Swede here. Go Bears. This is equivalent of 5, so cheers. Go Bears. Get the bear downs going for Swede. And then O Geezer. Again, 1973. You're on there. O Geezer says our defense wants some love first games. Yeah, Jordan Love, week 1. Yeah, man, look, that's a tone-setting game, and we're going to talk about it a lot more as we get closer, but I'm not sure I can ever remember, at least for this Bears team, a more critical week 1 game in several years. Now, week 1 in 2019, coming off the 12-4 year, the disappointing, obviously, Cody Parkey situation, but there was a lot of hype, and they lost 10-3 to the Packers in week 1, and I was like, oh, that's not good. There was a lot of buildup into that game, but the post-Rodgers era, Fields versus Love, you've got to win this game week 1. Like, you lose that game, it's only one game, the season's not over, but that's a kick in the you-know-what. So you're like, you finally have moved past Favre and Rodgers. You got to go beat Jordan Love in week 1. So I'm glad you mentioned that. If you love the Bears, like this video. Let me get Sam's sticker on here. Nope, it's 325. 325 kick, too. So they put it in a prime slot. Fox afternoon, I believe. So, listen, it's a big deal. Hit the like button. It might be game of the week. Hit that like button. Let's get to 125 likes, and then we'll jump into our first segment. Rolly Crimsdad hanging out. I don't think I've seen Crimsdad. Hey, Marsh, your boy Crimsdad is in here. Hit that like button if you love the Chicago Bears. Let's go. Hit that like button. Fox game of the week? Yeah, I don't think so. Shout out Ahmad, Corey. Then we'll get to this Crimsdad super chat. We'll flash the super menu one more time so people just joining us know what the deal is today. Ooh, we got a first-time super chatter, too. Let's get over 100 likes here. Hit that like button. Shout out Crimsdad. Are the Bears still in the NFL? Yes, they are. Giants have one decent season in 10 years, and they think they can dunk on the Bears. Young Nile with the 10. That's another shot for me. Says, do you think Poles is possibly being a little too reserved with spending at this point? We still haven't signed another edge, and Kmet has not been re-signed. What gives? Well, Kmet's under contract, so he's here for this year regardless. Now, in terms of contract extension, I think he's a prime candidate. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, look, Ryan Poles has definitely had a careful approach. He doesn't want to overpay, but he also signed Riley Reif and Michael Schofield on the first day of training camp last year. So. And Jason Peters the year before signed well into training camp. So this franchise in the past has signed guys right before camp, into camp. Like, I think something will still happen. But yeah, I would like something to happen sooner rather than later. And if they don't sign an edge rusher, I would be pretty disappointed. But I don't think Poles will overpay to do it. So he wants to remain flexible, and he'll carry over some cap if he has to. Here's what's coming up on Chicago Bears Now, live on YouTube, the latest Bears news and rumors. We will answer all your questions by using hashtag Bears or Super Chat. to get your questions on the show. Plus 5X Bears that Chicago could sign. Little reunion, could something be in the air? Kind of more of a fun segment, some free agents that formerly played for the Bears that we're going to explore on today's show. All that and more is coming up. Remember, if we reach $350 in Super Chats, one random viewer, one lucky viewer on today's stream will win this flag signed by Rolly and I. So appreciate that. If you send in the Super Chat, we'll catch up on those after our first segment here, which is the latest Bears news and rumors. So all that is coming up right now. Chicago Bears Now is sponsored by RexMD. Go to rexmd.com/chat to get started today. Up to 90% off, the leader in men's telehealth. Change your game in the bedroom if you've been lacking that confidence with RexMD right now. Okay, coming up on today's show, Yannick Ngakoue, does he want $10+ million, and are the Chicago Bears the team that could give it to him? We'll explore that. Justin Houston, will he sign with the Bears? Would he be willing to do that at this point in his career? Is Chase Claypool going to be a bust for Chicago? And all of that and more is coming up. And help us out. We're trying to get to 67,500 subscribers. We're less than 135 away, just 133 right now. Would love to reach that milestone by training camp, a couple of weeks away. So Bears coverage here on the Daily. Yannick Ngakoue, is he still in play? Bleacher Report listed the Bears as the top fit to land Ngakoue before training camp. Here's what Maurice Mouton had to say about that possibility. He said, arguably the best free agent available, Yannick Ngakoue should have multiple offers on the table. That being said, he'll likely command north of $10 million in annual salary because of his recent production, which may narrow down potential suitors. Now, if it's a money issue in a bucket, the Bears have plenty of cap space, $32 million. They can pay Yannick Ngakoue. Now, a couple of things at play. One, do they want to pay a guy $10+ million? That doesn't give you much against the run. And two, Ngakoue's on record saying he wants a multi-year deal. That may not be in the cards for the Bears. I think Ryan Poles would be open to signing him to a one-year deal, even if it is in that $10 million range. I don't think he wants to commit for multiple years because he wants to remain flexible next offseason and moving forward. Now, I've been clamoring for Ngakoue all offseason. I know there's some fatigue here. We've talked about it a lot, but he's still out there, and it's still a need that you need. He's had 8 or more sacks in every single year of his career. It's well documented. We've talked about it on this show. Every year with the Jags, 8+ sacks. Vikings-Ravens year where he played for both teams, 8 sacks. 10 in 2021 with the Raiders, 9.5 with the Colts. Like, yeah, he moves around, and you could ask why it's that. I think the reason is he's not a great run stopper, but you were dead last in the NFL in sack production with just 20 last year. He had half of that basically by himself. You're telling me there's not a spot for him on this team? Now, if you want to sit there and say, yeah, we don't want to give him 2 years 20, 2 years 24, whatever the case may be, I could buy into that. You're a young team. You don't want to give a guy that has some limitations 2 years on a contract. Fair enough, but there's other edges out there. We're going to talk about another one in a second. But that is the question. Is Ngakoue worth $10+ million per year on a multiple-year contract? Ryan Poles might pass on that. He's not been a guy that has overpaid frequently in free agency. The one big deal he's handed out, essentially, is the Tremaine Edmunds 4 for $72, and he's 24 years old and probably has not played his best football yet. So I think that's a legitimate type of contract to do. And the way he structured that is after year 3, he can get out of that deal. So even though he handed out a big contract for Edmunds there, it's not like there was a bad reason to. Like, it filled a need. You needed a good off-ball guy. And with Roquan Smith leaving, and the way they structured it, they can get out of that deal. So when it comes to Ngakoue, yes, he's only 28, but he's not a 3-down player. He doesn't stop the run. And, you know, he may not be worthy of giving a multiple-year deal. I would give him 2 for $20, if I was in charge, but I'm not in charge. And if I'm reading between the lines and what Ryan Poles has done in his tenure as this team's general manager, I think it's reasonable to expect that he may not be willing to do that. Don't think it's out of the question, but I don't think it's just a given that he would give Ngakoue a multiple-year contract. So let me, guys, ask you, if 2 years and $20 million is what Ngakoue wants, would you pay that? Say with 14 guaranteed. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Again, I would. but I'm not Ryan Poles. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Y for yes and for no. Would you sign Ngakoue to a 2-year, $20 million contract? Now, something you definitely need to do is get going with WrexMD. Do you sometimes lack confidence in the bedroom? Do you wish you could have a more fulfilling sex life? Well, you're not alone. That's why we're excited to tell you about WrexMD, the online source for men's wellness. WrexMD offers an easy and discreet way to get the medication you need for erectile dysfunction without having to visit a doctor's office. With just a few clicks, you can have your medication delivered straight to your door and at a fraction of the cost of traditional pharmacies. WrexMD's team of licensed physicians will work with you to find the right treatment plan, and their medication is made in the United States so you can trust its quality. Plus, their customer support team is available 24/7 to answer any questions or concerns that you may have. So if you're ready to take control of your sex life and say goodbye to ED, head on over to rexmd.com/chat. Start your consultation today. Take advantage of their best deal they've ever offered and save up to 90% off and only pay $2 per dosage. It's rexmd.com/chat for this limited time deal. Starter packs of generic Viagra or Cialis are now available to our awesome Bears Now audience here. rexmd.com/chat. Check the comments, check the description for that link, and get up to 90% off. Okay, let's go from one edge to another. Justin Houston, could a reunion with Matt Eberflus be on the cards? He, of course, played under Eberflus in Indianapolis for a couple of years. Bleacher Report also mentioned the Bears as the top fit for Justin Houston. Mouton once again here says, because of Houston's track record with Eberflus, who's in the second year as head coach of the Bears, he may be on Chicago's priority list of free agent targets. Keep in mind that Bears general manager Ryan Poles served as a college scouting coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs when the team selected Houston in the third round of the 2011 draft. So there's not only a relationship with Matt Eberflus from a coaching X's and O's standpoint. Ryan Poles knows him. He was high up in the Chiefs front office when they drafted Houston in Kansas City, where he, of course, had a very, very long tenure and a very successful start to his career. And the Chiefs kind of thought he might be done, and he's still been good since then. Those 2 years with the Colts, under Flus, he had 19 sacks. The last couple of years, he's got 14 combined with the Ravens, including 9.5 sacks last year, despite only playing 44% of Baltimore's defensive snaps. Now, here's what I would want to know. Justin Houston's 34 years old. He has still not won a Super Bowl championship. Would Justin Houston come to Chicago? Would he come here? Yes, has the relationship with Flus and Poles, but would he sign with a non-proven contender? I've said it. I think this team could make the playoffs, but it would be shocking, even to the biggest Bears fan on the planet, if this team contended for a Super Bowl. He might be in the ring-chasing portion of his career, but again, you've got $32 million in cap space. You can overpay. If contenders only want to give him $4 or $5 million, what if you say, hey, Justin, we'll give you 8. We'll give you 9. I mean, you think of like Calais Campbell signing with Atlanta at 37 years old because Ryan Pace, who's a part of that front office, helped give him $7 or $8 million. He probably would have only gotten 3 or 4 or 5 with the contender, but can you sell him on being a leader, being a vet, getting a lot of playing time on this defensive line that has major question marks at that edge position? He can mentor Dom Robb and Travis Gibson. Can you sell him on a mentor role? And yes, maybe be a part of a playoff team. We're not sure yet, but unlikely a chance to win a Super Bowl. Can you sell him on that? I think you can if you overpay. The question is, would Ryan Poles be willing to do that for a 34-year-old edge rusher? So who are you signing? We've talked about Justin Houston. We've talked about Yannick Ngakoue. Would you sign Justin Houston? If so, type JH. If you want Yannick Ngakoue, type YN. Why not both? I said that on my Bears Bold Predictions video. Why not sign both? Houston's not going to be an every-down guy, and Ngakoue isn't either. Rotation guys, you've got some young guys you want to play, sign both. I'm in. Type B if you want to sign both of these players. Now, let's talk about Chase Claypool. I've been talking about him more and more recently. I'm in the camp of I'm not ready to label this guy a bust. I'm not ready to label the trade as a failure for Chicago. So far, Pittsburgh, on paper, has won that trade. They turned that into the 32nd pick and drafted Joey Porter Jr. I would say so far they were the winners of that. But that trade was always about this year. Now, naturally, Bleacher Report did an article of every team's biggest bust candidate, and they named Chase Claypool. And look, I'm not surprised by that. He did not play well after the trade. He didn't. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that. I think, A, he's got to take ownership for that. But B, you're learning a new playbook, a new system on the fly. You're trying to figure things out with Justin Fields, a Bears offense that was a run-first team last year. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into this, but I just don't understand when people are like, yeah, he sucks, there's no chance. He's had 2 pretty damn good years in the NFL. Like his first 2 years combined, he basically averaged 60 catches, 865 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That's what he did for 2 years. That's number 2 receiver numbers, especially for a team that's going to run the football still quite a bit. Now, do I think he's going to do that? I don't know, because you have Darnell Mooney, who in 2021 is a number 2 receiver, had over 1,000 yards. Like, I think Mooney's higher on the pecking order right now than Claypool, but Claypool can still be a good player, and I think an X factor for this offense. Now, look, maybe we look back and we're like, yeah, they overpaid on the trade value. Probably shouldn't have given up a second, yada, yada. Who knows? Ryan Poles was trying to help Justin Fields at the trade deadline because they needed a weapon last year. There's no doubt about that. Didn't work on the fly, but that trade mostly was for this year as well. Let's see this year play out. I think he can be an X factor. If he's just solid, I think this offense is going to be in a good position, especially in a passing attack, to really take that next step here in 2023. I'll set the over-under at 550 yards. That's 300 less than what he did in his first 2 years in Pittsburgh, but he's more of a 3 here where he was a 2 there. What do you think? Over, under 550 yards for Claypool. Type O for over, U for under. If he's 600 plus, gives you 4 to 6 touchdowns, look, maybe it's not worth the 32nd pick, but if that's your number 3 receiver, I think we'd all at least take that at this point in time. O for under, U for under. Let me know when it comes to Chase Claypool. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. A whole lot more to come when it comes to this Bears football team. So hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. Before you know it, training camp will be here. Got some super chats to hit. Keem, Sup HG, hot take number 3, Bears win trap game against Kansas City. That would surprise me. Here's what I'll say, Keem. As someone who's watched a lot of Chiefs football the last few years, they tend to stoop down to their competition at times. Like last year, they lost to the Colts. So it wouldn't completely shock me. I don't think it'll happen. I think they'll take the Bears seriously because I think the Bears are like a potential dangerous team on everyone's schedule because obviously Justin Fields is a wild card. He can go off. But I would be surprised by that, but wouldn't rule it out. I think crazier things have happened. It's week 3 in an 18-game season. It would not completely be shocking, but I would be a bit surprised. Bethany with the 5 and a first-time super chat. Appreciate it, Bethany. She says, Sam Laktara sent me, and now this is my favorite sports Bears channel. Well, Sam's a real one, so appreciate the recommendation, Sam. And listen, spread the word to other friends, Bears fans out there. We always love when you guys come hang out, so appreciate the support. Cheers to you, Bethany, and to everybody else watching. Jacob Noggle with the 20. He gets a sticker on the Justin Fields boot. He says, bear down, who is a big-time star edge rusher we should and could unrealistically shock the world and trade for. Going to the Chiefs-Bears game, first Bears game I get to go to. I mean, that's pretty cool to go to. You get to watch Mahomes and Fields in the same game. That's pretty fun. First of all, Jacob, $20 super chat. You get on the Fields boot, so shout out to you. Get your name on here. I mean, Rolly, help me out here. Like, a crazy one. I mean, Danielle Hunter be a divisional trade for a star edge? I mean, it's unrealistic, which is what the super chat says. So
yeah, that is pretty unrealistic. I guess another one is like, I know we've talked a lot about it on the channel prior, but could they try to trade for a Montez Sweat, a Chase Young, someone like that?
I could see a midseason for one of those. Like if Washington's struggling early in the year and they're both on contract years and they don't want to pay both and they trade one.
Yeah.
I just don't know if before week 1 that's that possible. Because they're trying to win. Rivera's on the hot seat.
Yeah.
So
I kind of definitely.
I don't know. Like, is there someone like that just isn't being talked about that's out there that could get traded? Seems unlikely, but you never know. But those are a couple names that come to mind for me at least. Appreciate it, Jacob. And you got your sticker right there. Bear Forever, you know what fans need? A Chat Sports Madden tournament. Might be a fun thing before the season starts. Well, it's funny you mentioned that. On our Raiders channel, they're doing Madden simulations for every Raiders game. Like twice a week they're going live and doing that. I could be fun. It's a little bit of work for us. We got to run the simulations, screen record it, all that, but that's something you'd be interested in, to quote, what's his name on Entourage? I forget his name now, the old guy, old movie writer. But I don't know. I mean, trying to bridge the gap between now and week 1 could be fun content, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if some of the guys want to crank something up with some Madden. I think Rolly, he's been talking a lot of smack when it comes to Madden.
I'm tough.
You more of a Madden or 2K guy?
So I used to play Madden way more, and I used to be disgusting. And I say disgusting, I don't say that lightly. Like, I was legitimately good, and I knew I was good at the game of Madden.
Did you play on,
I would play online, and if I played 10 normal online games, I'd probably go, at worst, 9-1. Like,
seriously?
I'm smoking people.
So you're like a top 1,000 guy online.
I used to be. Now, I have not played.
You have to play a lot to do that.
Right. Like, I have not played Madden in a long time competitively. I've started to play MLB The Show more, maybe a little bit more 2K. I'm pretty good at 2K.
You also have a full-time job, so
yeah.
You can't play. Like college or high school, you could. When Madden or NCAA would come out, I'd play till 2, 3
I'm not
every
lying.
night.
Junior year of high school, I was nasty at Madden. I would be willing to put myself up against a decent amount of people. Everybody's saying they'd cook me in the comment section. I'm telling you, 6 years, how long ago is that now?
Slide and Rolly's DMs.
7,
He'll
8
play
years
you
ago,
online.
I'd smoke it. You know what? F it, man. Y'all want to play? I got the new Madden. I don't play it often, but I'll play some of y'all.
Has the new one come out, or does that come
23, not 24 yet.
24.
Let me grab my Twitter link.
I'll tell you what, when 24 comes out, what if we did a Bears Now Madden Online Dynasty?
Yeah,
we
franchise?
Could do that. That could be fun. Because it's cross-platform, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Hold on, let me grab my Twitter link. I'll throw it in the chat. If y'all want to slide in my DMs and maybe get a game someday, go ahead. Here it is. Matt Nagy, I'll be the Chiefs. That's fine. You want to be the most OP team? That's cool. There's my Twitter link. If y'all want to try to slide and set up a game with me and Madden, I'm a busy fella nowadays, so I can't promise too much.
We got to bring you this content.
I'd be willing to play some of you guys. If you give me a follow, slide in the DMs. I'll play some
We could start
Bears
a
Now
series
fans.
here on Bears Now. Rolly plays.
Rolly plays?
You take out a Bears subscriber once a week.
I'm in. Every Saturday, just late night video.
I'm in. Could be fun.
Oh, man.
Could be fun. Appreciate all that. Hashtag Bears Super Chat. I don't think you have to go back through all these, Rolly. If there's some good actual question ones, we can play those in the mailbag. But otherwise, hashtag Bears or new Super Chat questions. If you have questions about training camp, free agency, trade ideas, whatever it is, get those questions in right now. And we'll answer as many as we possibly can. We got daily basis with the Super Chat. We could We could start the mailbag with daily basis. Monty with the 5, though. Appreciate that. Cheers. We got Monsta. How much more money do the Bears have to spend to get to the league spending floor? I think it's like $25 million, but that can include extensions. So, if the Bears sign Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet and it combines for $25 million for this year, they've reached the floor. And they've got until the end of the league year, so until next March, the day before the new league year starts. So between extensions, in-season spending, re-signing players next offseason before free agency opens, they're going to hit that easily. So they're definitely going to get there. And by the way, if they don't, I finally figured out what happens if they don't. The other players on the roster, just however much they were shy of it, it gets divvied out to all of them. So if you're $10 million away from the spending floor, that divides over 53 players, which, hey, a little extra cheddar in their pocket, but they'll definitely get to the league spending floor. They're just not going to force the issue to do it because they don't have to. They've got 7 months to get there, so that's not going to be a problem. Hashtag Bears Super Chat. Appreciate all your questions. We'll get to as many of these as we possibly can. Rolly, people sliding in already?
Nobody slid into the DMs yet, but I want to call out the YouTube commentator that goes by the name of Ryan Poles.
Oh, I did see it. He was talking smack.
He said it, boy, I'd cook you. And then when I said slide in the DMs, people hit me up, let's go and play. He goes, I'm too busy making deals. Sounds like you're scared, Ryan.
It's the real Ryan Poles.
You can't tell me you cooked me, and then when I say, all right, slide in the DMs, let's get a game cooking one day, you just tell me you're not going to play because you're too busy.
If you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
Listen, I like to talk shit more than anyone maybe in the office, but
you're up there.
I'm at least, every time I'm talking, I'm ready to back it up. Come on now.
You're willing to get on the sticks. You're willing to get on the sticks. I'll give you that. Don Burr's stirring people up. All right, here we go. Mailbag time. $119 is where we sit, so we're about a third of the way there in Super Chats to the Cowboys report. We beat them. Some lucky fan will get this monster of the Midway flag. So let's make it happen. Hashtag Bears Super Chat. $10 Super Chats. We're taking shots, so let's get into it. Coming up on Chicago Bears Now, we're going to get into your mailbag questions. So use hashtag Bears. You see it right there to get your questions on the show. You can also super chat. My name is Harrison Graham, and speaking of that, follow me on Instagram. Let's play a little game. If you follow me and DM me FGB, do so now at HGrahamNFL. First 10 people that do that will get a shout-out on a future show. So DM me at HGrahamNFL on Instagram, FGB. That way I know you came from this show, and I'll get you some shout-outs on the show. Okay, before we jump into your mailbag questions, I did want to explore this topic. DeAndre Houston-Carson, could Chicago bring him back before training camp? He remains unsigned. And look, he's been a long-tenured Bear here. If he were to re-sign, he'd be the longest tenured along with their long snapper, Patrick Scales. And he's been a special teams ace for this team. Now, you look at his career raw stats, like, over 94 games, nothing crazy, right? 139 tackles, 3 picks, 8 breakups, 3 forced fumbles, but one of the better special teams players in the league, and a really good third safety, kind of nickel hybrid guy, a guy that if there is an injury or if you want to play a dime package to get an extra DB on the field, he can hold his own. He's always around the football. He sees the field well. He's not the best athlete, but just knows how to play. And at this safety position for the Bears, your top 2 are set, obviously. Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker, I think the potential to be a top 5 safety duo in the NFL this year, you're good there. But we saw last year, Jackson got hurt. Brisker had a concussion, missed a couple of games. Elijah Hicks, Kendall Williamson, a 7th-round pick in each of the past 2 drafts, is one of those guys ready to step up and be that, reliable third safety special teams ace? I will say this, Hicks played well on special teams last year, but according to reports, struggling in camp and coverage. Kendall Williamson is a rookie 7th rounder. Is he ready to be that guy? I would trust DHC more to be that third safety, but maybe the Bears opt to stick with the youth here with Hicks and Williamson. But if there's room for DHC and you want to keep Hicks and Williamson, go 5 safeties on the 53, that's something I would consider because he's been a good player for this team for several years. Now, what do you guys think? Should the Bears re-sign DeAndre Houston-Carson? Type Y for yes, type in for no. I would do it. I'd like to see it happen. Pin comment on today's video. Let me know if you would sign DHC. Get to some super chats and some hashtag Bears questions. Shout out Daily Basis with a 5. He says, I'm going to the Raiders game. One of the best pass rushers in the league and will definitely test the O-line. Pick a non-Justin Fields touchdown leader. I vote Komet. First of all, congrats. Have fun at the game. That'll be a good time. Non-Justin Fields touchdown leader. Komet had 7 last year. I'm going to go DJ Moore. On my bold predictions video, you guys should go watch it if you haven't. I predicted 10 touchdowns for DJ Moore. Why is that bold? He's never had more than 7 in a season. So I'll go DJ Moore with 10, but Komet's a good call. He proved to be a good red zone target last year. No, Palencia, what's up, Harrison? I have a strong feeling Tyreek Stevenson will be CB1 in the not-so-distant future. Thoughts? Also, Fields, comeback player of the year. He can't be comeback player of the year because he played all year last year and played better last year than the year before. He could be, like, big-time breakout player of the year. He could do that. As far as Stevenson goes, I'm still going to give that nod to Jalen Johnson, but he's on a contract year. Maybe they wait and see how Stevenson plays, and if he balls out, maybe they're more willing to let Jalen Johnson walk next offseason. Who knows what Ryan Poles is thinking there. But I like Stevenson. I think he's got CB1 potential, just not ready to make that call when he hasn't played in an NFL game yet. Young Nile, do you think Poles is possibly being a little too reserved with spending at this point? Still haven't signed another edge, and Komet has still not been re-signed. What gives? Look, we know Ryan Poles is careful in free agency. He doesn't throw out wild contracts because the Bears are still a rebuilding team. Do $72 million at Tremaine Edmonds, but the way that was structured, it still protects the Bears a bit down the road. I would go sign an edge or two. You've got $32 million in cap space. I still think there's time to do that. If he doesn't do that, that would be disappointing, but I'm still going to give Poles the benefit of the doubt here to see if he does. Appreciate all the super chats here. Jacob, bear down, who is a big-time star edge rusher we should and could unrealistically shock the world and trade for. Go to the Chiefs-Bears game, first game I get to go to. That's pretty awesome, Jacob. Fields Mahomes, that's going to be a good time. Look, Danielle Hunter would be pretty shocking. Interdivision, he's a star edge. That would be a surprise. Could you get a guy like Josh Allen from the Jags? The Jags, Josh Allen, not the Bills quarterback, obviously. That would be pretty shocking. But, those are a couple of kind of out there ideas. Obviously, with Hunter, he's been connected to trade rumors, but that would be a big divisional trade. F. Marsh in the chat. Could Chicago sign Teddy Bridgewater if P.J. Walker struggles in camp? They could, and Bridgewater is the best free agent quarterback out there, unless you want to say Carson Wentz, which I don't want to say that. I think Bridgewater could fill in fairly seamlessly. He played in Mike McDaniel's system last year as a backup to Tua, which is similar to this offense under Luke Getsy. I think Teddy's one of the better backups in the NFL. He's got some mobility, too. Nothing like Justin Fields. But I think that's an interesting idea. He's obviously played longer and at a higher level than P.J. Walker for an extended period of time. And he played with DJ Moore in 2020 with Carolina. So you've got that as well. Obviously, P.J. Walker did as well. Walker's younger. He's probably a little bit more mobile. I'm cool with P.J. Walker. I think Bridgewater's more proven. So if P.J. Walker goes into camp, really struggles, is bad in the preseason, maybe you could shake things up and sign Bridgewater to be the backup if he's still available at that point. But I'm not rushing and trying to make that a priority. I'm only doing that if, like you said, Walker really struggles. Who do you guys think is the better backup quarterback? Type PJ for PJ Walker, TB for Teddy Bridgewater. Let me know in the comment section down below who you think the better backup QB is. Computer Kid, should we sign Hopkins or Dalvin Cook? I like both players. I still think both have something left in the tank. And especially in Hopkins' case, look, we talked about this last week. There was an article out there saying they should sign Hopkins. I think Hopkins is a better player than Claypool. He's probably better. He might even be better than Darnell Mooney still. But he's 31, and don't you want to see these two young receivers, see what they do this year and which ones you want to keep long term? Because if you sign Hopkins, one of those two guys is getting phased out. Dalvin Cook, look, you got Khalil Herbert, Deontay Foreman, and Roschon Johnson. Who are you taking carries away from? I guess if you want to cut Deontay Foreman and sign Dalvin Cook, I'm not going to freak out about it, but I just don't see that being the case. And you only gave Foreman $3 million. Cook wants more than that. He's been turning down offers from the Dolphins. So I don't think that one's realistic either. Sealand is back. Haven't seen Sealand in a while. What's up, my friend? Is there any chatter at all from any source regarding any more moves we plan on making, adding more depth? That garbage NFL notifications account on Twitter said the Bears are exploring signing an edge, but I think that's more of the rumor mill that's been discussed for a while. I haven't seen a new report, Sealand, but we've seen this team sign players right before training camp, during training camp in recent years, so I still think there's a very good chance a move or two could happen. Lovey Smith, if this team only carries 6 receivers, who doesn't get the slip? Bayless, Pettis, or EQ? That's the $1 million question at receiver. I do think they'll carry 6, and I do think one of those 3 would be the one that gets cut. I think Bayless would have to be pretty damn bad to get cut because he was a 3rd-round pick last year. He would have to be notably behind Pettis and EQ. And even if he's a little behind EQ, he's got more value on special teams, and he's younger. So you've got that going on. Pettis, I think in a perfect world, Bayless has a good camp. They like EQ as a blocker on offense. Pettis is just a worse Bayless. He gets cut. I think in an ideal world they would do that, but it seems like Pettis and Fields have a little bit of chemistry. They made some plays last year. Pettis had a good OTAs and minicamp too. I think he was better than EQ in the offseason program. So it's hard to say. One of those guys is going to be the odd man out. Now, could an injury happen where they all make it and someone's hurt? Like Mooney's been banged up. Like, is he for sure going to be ready to go? He says he is. Claypool missed some of the offseason program. So a lot of the time these things play themselves out because of an injury. But, yeah, those three guys seem to be jockeying for 2 spots. Don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel, Chicago Bears news and rumors on a daily basis here at Bears Now by Chat Sports. Training camps around the corner. Preseason games will be here. I can't wait for some watch parties. And, yes, we will do all the preseason games as well. So subscribe, turn on the noties. Don't miss any of it. Donald Lear here. Do you think that they are waiting to sign an edge rusher until after our first preseason game? My feeling is they are waiting to see how their guys are going to do in a game situation first. Very possible. It is. Now, obviously, the longer you wait, the riskier it is because other teams can go sign those players. But Ryan Poles may want to see these guys in full contact game action. And, if he likes what he sees, maybe he'll just roll with what he's got. But, you're playing a dangerous game if you do that. If you wait that long and they struggle and these guys are gone, then you're just kind of stuck with the players on your roster. The Gabe, my dream wide receiver room, DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Marvin Harrison Jr. Next year. Look, if Marvin Harrison's on board, I love Darnell Mooney, but he's probably your number 2. Mooney's your number 3, but if he comes back. But, I would take Marvin Harrison in a heartbeat on this team. You got 2 first-round picks next year, so decent chance you could go get them. Obviously, you're hoping the Bears pick isn't super high because that means they had a good year, but hopefully that Carolina pick is. Ron Winarski, what do you think of the Bears' new linebackers? Love them. I think it's top 5 linebacker unit in the league on paper. Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, 2 top 6 PFF graded linebackers a year ago, both great in coverage, which you want in today's NFL. They can play sideline to sideline. You've got Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell as good LB3, 4 guys, and you've got Dylan Cole, an excellent special teamer, and a guy who played a career high in snaps on defense last year for Tennessee. So you go 5 deep at linebacker who can all see the field. It's a complete 180 compared to your linebacker unit from last year. Appreciate everybody for submitting their questions. If we didn't get to you, follow me on Instagram, DM me there, ask me your question at HGramNFL. I'll get back to you eventually. Also, first 10 people, FGB in the DMs. Let's go. I'll give you a shout out on a future show. All right, better backup QB, PJ Walker or Teddy Bridgewater? Let me know in the comments. PJ or TB? Aaron Harum says Goff is Trubisky-level talent. Rolly? Disrespectful to Trubisky?
No, I think that's fair. One was the number 1 overall pick. One was the number 2 overall pick. I think both are similar in talent levels. I think Trubisky has got the short end of the stick there.
Yeah, I think Goff sees the field a little better.
But Goff's been good in Detroit, yes.
But he's also had much superior coaching.
You tell me.
Getting to play with McVay.
Listen, you can call Mitch trash. I think he's a talented quarterback still. But if you were to put him with Sean McVay in Los Angeles, I am not so sure too much changes in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I still would gamble that Goff is better, but I don't think it's a wide margin. Outside of 2018, the year they went to the Super Bowl, it's not like Goff played out of his mind. He was solid. And,
listen, you put Goff behind that Steelers offensive line last year, he's going to stink it up too.
Yeah.
Free Mitch.
Yeah, I don't think I would sign Mitch to be a starter for my franchise. I do think he could have a Andy Dalton type of career where he's this bridge guy and in some places plays well. I think that's possible. I don't think he'll ever be a team's franchise guy at this point, but you just wonder throughout history too, like how many guys does that happen to where if the circumstances were just different, they would have had much better careers. I'm sure there's countless examples. Now, here's our Super Chat menu. We're at $119 in Super Chats. $5 for beers, cheers, and you. Happy moms, happy dads here. Ready to go here. $10, we'll take a shot. I got the Fireball. Rolly's got the Patron. $20, you can get a sticker on the Justin Fields boot. Once this fills out, we'll auction this off. $50, I'll go do a beer bong. Got to bring it in here. Didn't grab one, but no 50 yet. And then if we reach 350 total, we will give away this Monsters of the Midway flag. Rolly and I signed it. We'll ship this out your way. You can slide in my DMs, and we'll get your address, ship it out, all that good stuff. And the reason 350 is the number is the Cowboys Report, hosted by Tom Downey. Boo, F Dallas in the chat. They challenged us to a super chat battle. Their live show was yesterday. They got $350. We're at 119, so little ways to go. Sealand, I know you've been watching. It's been a while since you've dropped a bomb on us here. Listen, if you feel inclined and want someone to win that flag, random person watching, whether you super chatted or not, we'll kind of do like a countdown thing and have everybody spam FGB, and the first one I see after opening my eyes, that will be the winner. So that's how we'll do it if we get to 350 in Super Chat. So if anyone wants to make it happen, long way to go. What are we, 230 away, 235?
231 for the win.
You guys have rallied.
232.
You guys Sealand.
The GOAT is back.
The GOAT is back. It's been summer hiatus, but back with a $200 super chat. Shout out to Sealand for bringing us to $319. We're now just $32 away from burying the Cowboys Report. And Sealand, you are an absolute legend. So shout out to the real ones. Chase Sr. in my ear is asking to see how the wife is. So if you want to comment on that, feel free to do so. Hope things are well. And listen, Sealand, I'm reading the chat. You ready for watch party season? It's gonna be lit this year, guys. We're gonna do raffle giveaways every single week. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So.
Sealand,
Someone, Aaron Rodgers' Dark Room says, Sealand does this in the regular season. I guarantee it's not his last 200. Sealand's been here before. This ain't his first rodeo, Rolly. He has been here before, so there's no doubt. Sam with the 50! Sam Laktara. I need to get the Dolphin Merbonga. That's what I'll do. Sealand and Sam are back. Boom! Sam Laktara saying he's here to seal the deal with the 50. Sealand, everything going good? I haven't seen him comment since his 200. He's kind of a silent assassin. He really is. Sealand the legend. No, we just got a 50 to pass him.
Let's go, baby.
It's Marsh.
Let's go.
It's
F
Marsh in the chat. What did y'all get on Giants? Are you challenged? What did y'all get on Giants yesterday? Seeps. They were talking smack.
It was 670?
They got 670 on Giants.
670? Something like that. Almost.
I'll tell you what. Let's just say 670.
We'll call it 670. Is Wyatt in here?
670? Beer boot race? You in?
Well, I'm live on Nick, so.
What time?
2 minutes.
Oh, shit. I'll tell you what. If you. Beer bong race? I'll tell you what. If we get to 670, Rolly can repurpose this for Giants now because we've already buried the Cowboys Report. 381. If we get to 670 and beat Giants now, I will do a Fields boot. You down to race Trace in a beer bong if we get to 670? You in? Ooh, Rolly's going to do a tequila beer bong. Oh, my goodness. Well, Sam, yeah, we're going to do that for 200. We'll do a little race here. Sam says, I'll just go ahead and seal the deal, bear down. Shout out to you. We beat the Cowboys Report. ATC Swede This is a 10, so I'll take a shot for this one. Swedish currency. Shout out to the real ones. Aaron says Marsh is like 25 with the receding hairline. That's tough. Hey, he's like 28. Give him some credit. Cheers. Oh, man.
So I'll say this, Harrison. I don't really think it's a fair rate if you're doing a full beer. But
That's all good.
I am going to chug some vodka through the Freedom Fund.
He's going to chug vodka if you can't hear him. That's tequila, sorry.
Yeah.
Tequila.
I wish it was that. I actually,
You're more of a I'm more of a vodka than
vodka
tequila.
guy.
I am
Okay,
too.
So here's some. I don't know what the crowdsourcing is like here, but I'm pretty. I'd say decently young. I'm 22. Something I used to do in college quite a bit was get the cheapest vodka at St. Bonaventure, the Bonnie's.
Classic college move.
And that would be Burnett's vodka.
Oh, Burnett's
And
is tough.
I know
in a bad
people
way.
hate Burnett's.
It's bad.
I am still all in on Burnett's. If I saw a bottle right next to me, I'd start drinking Burnett's over the Patron.
Have you
I'm being
bought
dead serious.
Burnett's since you've been down
No,
here?
because I haven't really gone to a liquor store. Whenever I get something, I'm like either at the store or at a gas station. I just get like a 12-pack of beer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to try to kill myself.
You're
Still got
good.
one more segment.
Yeah, we got another segment, and listen, I know we already beat our goal for the day in the Cowboys report, but oh no, it's like 8 shots worth. But
Not too much.
Marsh says 670. If we top them, I'll do a Fields boot. Trace will come do a beer bong and race Rolly. It's up to you guys. So, cheers. Here we go. Type R for Rolly, H for Harrison. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You okay?
That felt like a bad idea. I mean, Sealand sending 2 hundo, so
You got to dig deep for
I had to dig
Sealand.
deep, but that's going to hit me in about 15, 20 minutes, and they could be deadly.
Yeah, we better get through this segment. If this is the last segment you produce, let's make it a good one. Let's make it a good one. Shout out to the real ones. Rolly smoked you, Harry. Well, he did. He had less liquid. Shout out to Sealand. Listen, this guy's a legend. We're going to start some sort of new club for the for big super chatters this season. I think I want to debut it during training camp, maybe during the first preseason game. So if you guys have any ideas, Rolly and I are open to it. So let us know. Steve says, damn, Rolly's a real one. If you guys don't know that by now, then you don't know ball, because Rolly is absolutely a real one. So,
Oh!
Sealand! Boom! He wants it.
Sealand is back and better than ever.
Sealand with the Hundy piece. Sealand with the Hundy piece. Look at him go. Look at him go. So, Sealand, to be crystal clear, because I want to be fair, I told the chat if we beat the Cowboys report, which we already have, in Super Chats, that a random viewer would win the flag. I would close my eyes, let the comments come and open them. First name I saw would win. But I'll ask the rest of the chat, or I'll put a new poll up. Give me a sec here, guys. Who should get the flag? Sealand? Random viewer.
I see a
You
couple
guys
people.
go vote.
I see like 3 or 4 comments just saying Sealand, Sealand, Sealand.
And look,
That's fair, very fair.
Let's get a consensus. I think that's fair too, but I did say that. I don't want someone coming back later, you said this, and then you change your mind. I mean, 300 and soups, that's a pretty convincing way to change someone's mind. I mean, 82% Sealand. Daniel says, me, I'm greedy. Sam said, this is a good super chat from Lectara, who's also a legend, by the way.
Yeah,
I feel like we
Lectara's
owe
the
Sam
man.
something at some point. Sam, if you keep super chatting, we'll get you an FGB shirt or something down the road. Sealand is the most random and anonymous chatter here. Ship him the flag. Here's the thing. Sealand is random in the sense that you never see him coming.
Yeah,
he's not super active in the chat, but then here comes 100. Here comes a 200.
I'll never forget the first day of free agency. Him and who was the other guy? We just went crazy on our massive 6K.
Were you guys
beat
there
the
on
Raiders.
day one of free agency when we got 6,000 in super chats? Just an epic day.
Sealand and who was the other guy?
Let me
was
see
it
if I could
Rosinski?
find Steve Rosinski.
Was
Steven
it him
Rosinski?
or is it someone else?
He was doing some. It was an epic day.
Just smoked the Raiders report.
Yeah, they still say they won. That
Raiders report, sore losers. They don't know how to take an L if it hit them in their face.
Well, they're so used to losing on Sundays.
That's right.
They have to win in super chats. But all right, so 81% Sealand. So are we cool then, Sealand? I don't want someone in the chat being like, you're not a man of your word. I'm not trying to be that guy.
Yeah, I think it's Sealand.
We cool with Sealand? Is anybody in the chat
getting it?
Because for a few of you who have said I want it, saying me, it's a 1 in 220 chance. It's not like I would just give it to Jeremiah because he's in the chat. I would give it to a random viewer. So if you want to hold on to a 1 in 200 chance, that's fine. But
Heidi says that day was awesome. Monster said I was here for that epic day.
It was Rosinski.
That first day was crazy.
Rosinski
dude.
was a legend.
Dude, that first day of free agency was nuts.
Levante
TJ Edwards
said it was Sealand, Steven, and someone else. I may have to go pull up that
I feel like there was a third guy.
There had to be because we got like $2,000 in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like it was a third guy. But nonetheless here, that day was awesome. Signing Tremaine Edmonds, Nate Davis.
How about this? Someone says give a random viewer a shirt. If we beat the Cowboys report, I will get someone an FGB shirt.
Giants now, you mean?
Giants now. We beat Cowboys. If we also beat Giants now, we're less than 200 away. Even if the bosses don't cover it, I haven't cleared it with them, I will personally ship someone an FGB t-shirt. Deal? If we get to 670, we'll still do the random drawing for an FGB t-shirt.
Oh, Sealand.
Sealand. He says, every single one of you Bears and even non-Bears fans in here are legends. And look, that's the community I want to build here. I want everybody in here to just have a good time, cheer on this football team. For the Don Burrs out there, listen, we welcome you as well. You rile up the chat, but just have a good time, man. I think we've done that. The Grinch says that's fair. Monster says that's fair. So that's the deal. Let's put it up one more time, Rolly. If we get to 670 plus, we will do a random kind of drawing at the end.
Yeah.
We'll just throw up FGB for a minute. I'll close my eyes, and the first name I see will win the T-shirt. Deal? That's fair. I'm seeing a lot of that's a good deal. Good stuff. But yeah, Sealand's getting the flag. I think that's a fair deal. Sealand, I'll slide in your DMs after the show. Make sure I got the right address. You've won some stuff before. No surprise to anyone. But we'll still do a round because I'd like to see, because not everybody can super chat. So if we can get to 670 plus, even if we tie Marsh 670, we'll still ship out an FGB shirt. All right? All right.
Sounds good.
Cool. We're going to do our last segment here. We'll see where we're at in super chats. Maybe play a little shot clock to see if we get to 670. And remember, also at 670, I'll do a boot, and Rolly and Trace are going to race. So it's not just the shirt at stake. We got a lot of things going on. Our normal menus in play. Like for that 10, I got to take the shot. Oh, I got to do another bong for Sealand's Hundy. I'll do one real quick.
Yes, you do.
Got another beer up here. Cheers. All right. Sealand. And by the way, don't tell my wife. It's our anniversary tonight. Got a little sloppy. So
my.
Hopefully I rally for dinner tonight.
Happy anniversary, Harrison.
Thank you.
How many years?
3 years today.
Today's when you got married?
For 7-11. Our initial wedding was like during peak COVID, and we did the reception a year later. But had it stayed initially, we wanted to see if 7-Eleven would let us do a Slurpee machine.
I was gonna say, I feel like
we were gonna do that, but
I don't know what you got planned tonight. But like, if you're going out to dinner, having a nice night, when on the way home, you've got to stop at a 7-Eleven.
Post-dinner slurp, I might be in. I might be in. So, hey, if nothing else, if you want to get to 670, you can help stem the bill tonight, but because it's probably gonna be a couple $100. So
You got Oh my God!
Goodness! Sam Lactara. I didn't even really want to mention that it being because I'm not like the tell you it's my birthday guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not me. But Sam Lactara dropping a $200 bomb. He says, "Happy anniversary!" Boom! Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Sam Lactara.
One of the realest of the reals, man.
He's been a legend here at Bears Now. He's been a legend here at Bears Now. That's going to cover some of my dinner tonight.
That's right.
Legendary. So here's what we're going to do to space some of this out. We just beat Giants now, so that's done. What, 695? If we want to get to 1,000, we'll add something else to the plate. But we just beat Giants now, 696.
Woo!
Shout out to the real ones.
F. Marsh.
F. Marsh in the chat. Never had a chance.
Yep.
I'm going to take down this bong rollie. We're going to do this segment. Then I'm going to do a Fields boot. You and Trace can race. If more super chats are coming in, cool. If not, we'll call it a show. But this has been fantastic. We needed a show like this.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been fun. Look,
football juices are flowing a little bit. I'm an NBA guy. I've been well ingrained in the NBA.
I've been doing more
fantasy
NBA
rumors
recently,
and
too.
stuff. But like I'm telling you, this just fired me up. I'm ready for August. I'm ready for watch parties. I'm ready to party with Bears fans the entire season. Let's go.
This is a good vibes momentum show.
Oh,
Leading
great
into
vibes.
training camp. We got one more pre-training camp stream next week. And then training camp will be here. 2 weeks from now, it'll be the day before training camp. So I'm excited for that. So I'm going to take this down. We're going to take out our last segment. Then I'm going to fill up the boot. And Trace and Rolly will do some sort of beer bong race. So we'll make all that happen. Shout out to Monty as well for the $2 super chat. We'll get it popping here.
Yeah, while Harrison chugs, I'll flash Monty. Shout out Monty sending a $2 super chat. And as a Moose has, we get another little $5
Bethany.
super chat. And
Who was referred from Sam.
Sam's
Sam's bringing the heat.
Sam is accounting for some business here.
She says,
for
let's run
Bears
this up
Now.
to 1,000.
Yes, sir.
So what's the move at 1,000?
I don't know, but as we pointed out, we are now $8 away from 711 on 7-Eleven on Harrison's anniversary. 7-Eleven, make a wish.
She says multi-million-dollar contract with ESPN is what you all deserve. Listen, we're happy with where we're at. I grew up loving ESPN. It's not that I don't like ESPN anymore, but hey, we're chilling with what we're doing. Appreciate the love though, and hopefully these super chats will help till then. I will say this, and Rolly, you know the deal here as well. We actually just hired one of Rolly's college.
That's right.
Sports media colleagues, whatever you want to say. The super chats do help us do that. Hire more people, launch more channels for other teams. I know y'all. I'll tell you this, we don't have a Bulls channel without all the support we've had on Bears. I know a lot of you guys have gone to support Patrick Seatman on our Bulls channel. I've done a couple videos over there as well. That stuff is not possible without you guys. And it's not just super chats. Subscribe, like the videos, comment on the shows, join us for our live shows. So all the support does not go unnoticed. So we appreciate it. We appreciate it. And if we get to 1,000, we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
shout
do
out to Monsta for a 5 as well.
He's a real one.
Monsta, I believe, followed me on Twitter. So maybe, I don't know if he was just following me to follow, which is also greatly appreciated.
Yeah, Rolly's a real one. Go
And
follow.
but maybe he'll slide in the DMs and we'll play Madden.
You want to? I'm thinking Bears. I'm thinking Rolly plays is a move here.
Rolly plays Saturday video.
Saturdays with Rolly. We'll see. We'll see if we can cook.
Monster
something
says, "Yeah, let's get this game." All right, we might have to set something up,
up.
Monster.
Go slide in his DMs. He's ready to go.
I'll say this: I don't know how Chugs does it. I guess I'll have to ask him. But I think you could, if you could.
I think you test the competition out first, and then
Yeah.
if we think it can turn into some content, we'll see what's up. Go slide in his DMs. He's ready to go. Aaron says, I wish I could drink at my job. Listen, I will say this. People have asked, like, do you just drink and talk sports? Like, I know it seems that way. The amount of work we do, like,
There's more.
to get on the screen for you guys on the camera takes a lot. Like, takes people like Rolly helping me out, people behind the scenes. Like, it's not just me coming up here screwing around and drinking beers. Like, I promise I know that's how it seems sometimes, but yeah, we're fortunate. We get to do some fun time here on Bears Now. All right, let's get into this final segment because if we keep chugging beers before then, it's going to be a sloppy segment. But we'll do that, and then we'll kind of see where we're at on Super Chats. We'll do the random drawing for the FGB shirt. I'll take down a Fields boot, and we'll get all that stuff going. Here we go, Bears Now, coming at you. One more segment to go. Chicago Bears Now is sponsored by RexMD. Struggling in the bedroom, losing some confidence? Well, RexMD will get you back on track, the online leader in men's health there. RexMD.com/chat to get started today. My name is Harrison Graham, and coming up on today's show, 5 free agents that the Bears could sign to reunite with in Chicago. Maybe some are realistic, maybe some aren't. Just kind of wanted to do a fun show here with a couple of weeks left to go until training camp. Let's start with the first one here, and one that wouldn't be my top edge target, but wouldn't say no to, and that's Robert Quinn, who, look, had a frustrating, disappointing season last year. Obviously started the season with the Bears, wasn't super productive, although he was drawing some double teams because he was the one real threat on the Bears defensive line. Gets traded to Philadelphia at the trade deadline for a 4th-round pick, and did nothing for the Eagles, to be fair. Had just 1 sack the whole season between the two teams. But you look at his career, the year before, 18.5 sacks. He was one of the best defensive players in the NFL. 2020 wasn't that good. Year before that, 11.5 sacks. It's an even year. It's like the Giants in baseball, it's an odd year. Giants were even year, and they used to win the World Series in those even years. Obviously, that eventually ended, but could Robert Quinn in 2023 in an odd year have a 10-plus sack season? I don't know. Obviously, that streak is going to end eventually, but I got to think he's got a little something left in the tank, at least more than what he had last year. And some reasons to bring back Quinn are as follows. Number one, he did not want to leave Chicago. He made that very clear. He wanted to remain here, even though the Bears weren't contending. He liked living in Chicago. His family was there. He did not want to move. Number two, it does fill a position of need. You need an edge rusher. There's no doubt about that. And number three, he's a valuable veteran voice in a locker room for young players like Dominic Robinson, Travis Gibson. He can spread that wisdom on this defensive line and throughout the football team. Again, he's not the top edge I would sign, but if breaking news dropped right now and it said the Bears are signing Robert Quinn to a 1-year deal, I wouldn't be mad at it. Just saying, we'll see if Ryan Poles has any interest. Next player up here is Akiem Hicks, a fan favorite who obviously has gotten older and has had some injuries pile up, and that continued last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But he was great in Chicago, man. He was a warrior for this team through 6 seasons, had 31 sacks, 247 tackles, 51 tackles for loss, 88 QB hits, 5 forced fumbles. He was great against the run. He was a great pass rusher, always knocking quarterbacks to the ground. And look, realistically, I don't know what his role would be here. He's aging. He's gotten old. Injuries have piled up. But if it's like a 1-year vet minimum deal to be like your 4th or 5th defensive tackle, again, be a valuable veteran voice, he does love Chicago. Like, I do know that to be the case. He's been more of a 3-4 guy, so I don't know if he's a perfect scheme fit. But, again, even if his role wasn't that massive, I still think he could have a valuable role on this team. I don't think this one would happen, but you never know. He's an ex-Bear that is available. Now, if you had to just bring one back, who would you pick? Type RQ for Robert Quinn or AH for Akiem Hicks. I think the emotional part of us would pick Akiem Hicks, but for the one who actually fills a bigger need, it's Robert Quinn. Let me know what you guys think, RQ for Quinn or AH for Akiem Hicks. Now, today's show is sponsored by RexMD. Fellas, do you sometimes lack confidence in the bedroom? Do you wish that you could have a more fulfilling sex life? Well, you're not alone. That's why we're excited to tell you about RexMD, the online source for men's wellness. RexMD offers an easy and discreet way to get the medication you need for erectile dysfunction without having to visit a doctor's office. With just a few clicks, you can have your medication delivered straight to your door and at a fraction of the cost of traditional pharmacies. RexMD's team of licensed physicians will work with you to find the right treatment plan, and their medication is made in the U.S., so you can trust its quality. Plus, their customer support team is available 24/7 to answer any questions or concerns that you may have. So if you're ready to take control of your sex life and say goodbye to ED, head on over to rexmd.com/chat and start your consultation today. Take advantage of their best deal they've ever offered and save up to 90% off and pay only $2 per dosage with our link, rexmd.com/chat. Starter packs of generic Viagra or Cialis are now available for up to 90% off. It's rexmd.com/chat. Check the comments. Check the description for that link. Get started. Take control of your sex life with RexMD. Bryce Callahan is the next ex-Bear that we're going to talk about. He's obviously been gone for a few years now at this point in time. But you look at his past 4 seasons, one thing that's been kind of a common theme with Bryce Callahan is he's had injury issues. Now, last year he played in 15 of 17 games, so he was mostly healthy, but 11 games, 10 games, missed 2019. Like, he's had a lot of injury problems, but he's a good nickel when healthy, even still. I mean, he had 3 picks last year, and he wasn't even a full-time starter with the Chargers. PFF graded him out pretty highly. Now, you look at the Bears' cornerback depth chart. In a perfect world, you're set, right? Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, they're your outside guys. Kyler Gordon's your nickel. You're set right now, and hopefully long-term if you keep Jalen Johnson on an extension. Vildor's a solid backup. Jalen Jones and Blackwell can be depth guys, special teamers as well. But if you do have doubts or concerns about Kyler Gordon, who struggled as a rookie, played better down the stretch, but did struggle overall, that provides insurance. Bryce Callahan can give you some insurance there. Now, are you going to sign an older corner who has some injury questions, who's probably not going to give you much on special teams just to be an insurance guy? I don't know. That's a real question you'd have to ask. You'd be cutting somebody, a younger player, on that backup list there. So I don't think the Bears would do it, but if you're concerned about Kyler Gordon playing at a high level, well, Bryce Callahan's available, and he could be a starting level nickel back. Now, if you want the Bears to make the playoffs this year, sub for Bears Dubs. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be live for every single game this year. Preseason games, regular season games, hopefully playoff games too if they make it. If they do make it, we'll definitely be live. I can promise you that. Sub for Bears Dubs. Hit that big subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Jason Peters is next up here, and you're probably thinking, Jason Peters, he's 41 years old. He is 41 years old, but in 2021 with the Chicago Bears, he was the best offensive lineman you had. Started the entire season for the Bears that season. Graded out very well for Pro Football Focus, 77.5, 78 as a pass blocker, 71 as a run blocker, gave up just 6 sacks, played over 850 snaps. Last year, he was mostly a backup, but still played 235 snaps, started a couple games for the Cowboys at 40 years old, rated out well again, 70 overall. Pass blocking slipped a bit, but they moved him around. He played left tackle, left guard, and right tackle. Just kind of, if guys went down, he would be the guy that plugged in, kind of that 6th offensive lineman. Gave up just 1 sack and 235 snaps, so that's still a damn good ratio. You look at this Bears offensive line, I'm actually optimistic about the starting 5 of Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, Cody Whitehair, Nate Davis, and Darnell Wright. But there's a strong argument to be made that Jason Peters would be your best backup lineman. Maybe you could say Lucas Patrick, who has guard center flexibility, has started a lot in this league, but who's your swing tackle? Is Larry Borom that guy? Is Alex Leatherwood? Maybe, but maybe not. There's a strong argument to be made that he's better than both of those players who have had opportunities, especially Larry Borom. So, look, I know he's 41. I know he doesn't fit the rebuilding timeline, but I still think there's value in having vets like this. I think in 2021 there was value having him here as a veteran voice. And if he wants to play another year, be a backup, be a guy that can be a leader on that offensive line unit, I'm open to it for the vet minimum. That does not handicap you in any way against the salary cap. Now, would you sign Jason Peters? Type S for sign or P for pass. Again, I'm open to the idea. It just depends on how you feel about Alex Leatherwood and Larry Borom, to be completely honest. S for sign or P for pass. One more offensive lineman who was a Bear this past season, Michael Schofield, remains unsigned. And remember, for all you people who have been sliding in my DM saying, stop talking about free agents, they're not signing anyone. They signed Michael Schofield and Riley Reif on the first day of training camp last year. So there is definitely a possibility they could sign some guys. Schofield graded out pretty well, played 418 snaps, part-time starter. Cody Whitehair missed some time. Lucas Patrick missed some time, so he was able to plug in and play, 67 overall. Graded out well as a pass blocker, okay as a run blocker. Just 2 penalties, gave up just 1 sack, so he performed pretty well. Again, going back to the offensive line depth chart, who's your best interior backup? Probably Lucas Patrick, but he's much better at center than he is at guard. I think Schofield's better at guard than Patrick is, to be honest. He could be your swing guard on this offensive line, and he's solid at that. I mean, and if he has to play, he can play at a serviceable level. He's not an all-pro. He's not a stud. Listen, he's not even the best Michael Schofield. Prison Break people, you guys know the drill. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look it up. But Schofield as a top and backup guard is solid. Now, where's Tyree Carter fit in all this? He got some first-team reps in OTAs when Nate Davis was skipping. If they're high on him, Schofield probably doesn't make sense. But if they're not sure, then bringing in a guy like Schofield could make some sense. Now, who is your favorite ex-Bear? All-time guys who are still active, doesn't matter, it can be anybody. Favorite former Chicago Bear, drop his name in the comments below. And be sure to hit that subscribe button here on the channel. Again, just a fun segment today. It's not super realistic they're going to go sign multiple of these guys. Maybe they sign one, though. You never know. There's still some needs on this roster. We'll continue to plug out content on a daily basis here on Chicago Bears Now. All right, who's your favorite ex-Bear? I can get some shout-outs going, and then, Rolly, you want to fill me up here, and you and Trace want to come in and race, and we can see what's what? I'll message you the beer I want. 1 second here. Get some shout-outs here. Get some shout-outs here. What are they saying? Tommy Harris, Josh Bellamy. I got you here. OU legend. Cody Parkey, we don't say his name. Tariq Cohen, Devin Hester, Khalil Mack. Sealand says Big Cat. Austin says happy anniversary. Appreciate that, Austin. Appreciate the love. 3 years with my wife today, so it's been a fun ride. Our son turns 3 months old tomorrow, so some symmetry there. Let's see. Doug Buffone, Erlacher, Matt Forte from Heidi. Yeah, that's a good one, Heidi. Forte's a stud. Refrigerator, Johnny Knox, Adrian Amos, Lamar Jackson, the corner. It's a good name drop. It's a good random Bear name drop. The Fridge from Chef, Troy Leverett, Peanut Tillman. Favorite ex-Bear, Rolly's filling up my boot. I don't see Trace out there, so we may have to wait on him, but he owes you guys a beer bong. Robbie Gold, Nick Roach, nice. Remember Jared Allen? It's a good one. Julius Peppers, great one. HaHa Clinton Dix, also a good name drop. Jared Allen, Anthony Thomas. How about the real Adrian Peterson? Will the real one stand up? Will the real one stand up? Bobby Boucher, Tim Jennings, prime Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, we'll see what the rest of Mitch's career looks like. Craig Krenzel, Mike Brown. Can we get Khalil Mack back? Don't think it'll be this year. He restructured his contract, so he's going to stay with the Chargers. Julius Peppers and Greg Olson. Justin Fields, he ain't an ex-Bear. He ain't an ex-Bear. Is Triz filming something? We'll get him. We'll get him in here. Oh, man. It's been a while since I've taken down a boot. It's been a while since I've taken down a boot. Ah, the Fields boot. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Gonna let it simmer just a little bit. Lance Briggs, Neil Anderson, Mike Ditka, Doug Plank, Mike Brown, Walter Payton. Mitch will forever be in his prime. Is that Rolly's burner? Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Tyler Bray, always a good one. It's kind of turned into name a random bear. Doing that one. Not a Freedom Funnel guy. Doug Buffone. Yeah. I like that one better. Bobby Boucher. Thomas Jones, the running back. Good one. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to start slugging this boot. No. No chance. No chance. And then after I do this, Rolly and Trace are going to do a beer bong. And then we got to do the random FGB t-shirt giveaway. So here we go. Type chug in the chat. We'll see if I can take this bad boy down. It's been a little while.
Get those chugs in the chat. Chug. Chef wow. Chef is saying chug. Donald's saying chug. Monty's saying chug. Larry says chug. JF1 him says chug. Keep on spamming those chugs. Get Harrison to finish this boo, which is pretty good. Oh, right as I was about to give a compliment.
It was really more of the drippage than the...
Right as I was about to give a compliment, he had to stop, unfortunately.
Which you don't give often.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to earn a Rolly compliment.
Elizabeth, Joseph, Bency, Tanya, Heidi, H. Bark, Joseph, Monsta, Sam Lacara. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. Elizabeth. And he finishes it.
As you can tell, it's been a while.
Listen, that was good time. I think that was good time. I was disappointed that you had to stop.
If I didn't have my break, that would have been a decent one.
That's what I'm saying. Sam says no shame, Harrison.
We finished.
As long as you finish, everyone's happy when you finish. So it's all good.
Real ones no. All right, while we're waiting for Trace, should we do the...
Yeah, let's do it.
Go up the FGB
Oh, no, here he is.
Trace, get in here. All right, Rolly, get up here. I'm going to be in the middle. You guys on the edge here. I'll be emceeing here. While y'all are doing this, I've got a little bit left of one of mine. I'll take mine down, too. Shout out to Trace for hopping on. Rolly, of course, ready to go. They're going to do a beer bong race because they're real ones. Here's the deal. If you think Rolly's going to win, type R for Rolly. If you think Trace is going to win, who went to the Harvard of Arkansas, go Razorbacks, type T for Trace. Oh, man. Rolly's saying he hasn't done a beer bong race in a while. We're just getting prepared for football season.
I'm 24,
Marty K says Rolly, he's 22. Trace is only 24, and he acts like he's 21.
Yeah. I'm aggressively in my prime.
I'll say this. Trace is probably going to get me because he is the beer bong king, but I kind of claim myself as the beer shotgun king. I've never gone against Brett, but I've taken down everybody else. Shot fun. Yeah.
You are a good shot fun. Maybe we'll do shot funs next week. Maybe we'll do those next week. All right, T for Trace, R for Rolly.
Whoa, Aaron Rodgers, dark. Listen, I appreciate the compliment.
Hey, listen. Take the compliment.
Yeah.
T for Trace, R for Rolly. So I'm going to count from 3 on go. We're going to start. 3, 2, 1, go. Here they go. Type chug in the chat. Oh, my goodness. That was unbelievable. Is that a full one? It's empty.
That was impressive.
Wow. Trace.
Well, you won it again. you want it again, let me know.
If we get to 1,000, we'll run it back. That was sensational. Sealand's back. I asked him how his wife's doing. Didn't get a response. Oh, goodness. Middle of July. That's the time of month. Sealand says, what just happened? Well, Chase is here. He's asking about your wife. Sealand. Marty K said, I'm disappointed, Rolly. Trace took that down in 1 second.
So I kind of assumed I was going to lose.
You went pretty fast, to be honest.
Listen, I assumed I was going to lose because Trace is the best beer bong guy in the office.
Sealand says, still working on
So
it.
I expected a loss, but what Trace just did was flat out impressive, and I almost stopped midway through my chug just to admire what Trace just did.
You got to tip the cap sometimes.
Exactly. Got to know when you're beat. Like I said, if we get to 1,000, maybe we do a beer shotgun race. I'm confident in my abilities on a beer shotgun. But,
yeah, if we get to 1,000, Rolly says he'll do a beer shotgun. We're at 7:08, so no pressure here. But how about this? Let's do the FGB T-shirt drawing. Then we'll play a little shot clock.
Okay.
And we'll get out of here if we're not getting any super chats. Daryl says Rolly got smoked.
Listen, I'm not going to run away from what just happened. I mean, there's tape. Everyone saw what's occurred.
Sometimes you get beat, man.
Like I said, beer shotgun, different story.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to look at the chat. Get the FGBs going. Rolly's going to get the question on screen. They're already flying in. Keep typing FGB. I'm going to close my eyes for 30 seconds. And the first, Rolly will count down. And the first name I see when I open my eyes is going to win the FGB shirt. So they're already flying in, so don't even worry about putting it on screen. Count us down, Rolly, from 30.
All right. I'll go from 1 to
Keep
30 because
spamming
it's kind of hard to count from 30 to 1. I'm going 1 to 30.
Oh, my God. Okay.
My brain doesn't work that good, Harrison.
Spam FGB if you want to win the T-shirt. First one I see once Rolly says 30, not 0, is going to win. Go ahead, Rolly. Take it away.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, we got to stop! We got to stop! We got to stop!
Oh my goodness!
I saw it! We got to stop!
Tara! After further review, the beer chugging devices were not the same. Run it back with the same receptacles for the people. First of all, boom! Okay, now people are saying Sam won the shirt.
Listen, Sam has put in damn near 500
put in a
today.
lot.
If he hasn't, I think we might have to put up a poll.
All right, I'm putting up a poll. I still want to. I'll tell you what. Do we make another deal?
Stupid.
If we get to 1,000, we do a random shirt giveaway?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? Does Sam deserve the shirt? Yes? No. Putting up the question, does Sam deserve the shirt? First, that gets us over 1,000, Rolly.
It's over.
Y'all got to do shot fun. It's shot fun time.
Sealand, boom.
It's shot fun time. Sealand, boom. Wow. We got a lot going on here, including DJ Uyunglele getting drafted in the MLB draft. But is Sam getting the shirt? What's the deal here? I got another beer that I'm going to chug, so we know that's happening. Rolly and Trace are going to do another race here with the same device. That's what Sam wants. People are saying give it to Sam. Everybody cool with that? We giving it to Sam? We giving it to Sam? We giving it to Sam? You guys? Marty K says give it to Marty K. Listen, when Sealand and Sam are dropping bombs like this, it's kind of hard to ignore that. You guys, let me just first say, round of applause. Over 1,000 and a random July stream. Aaron Rodgers at 2,000. Harry does wet T-shirt contest. Well, it's already wet because some of my beer spilled during the chug. So, already got that. But we're having fun. We're having a good time. I'll tell you what. Sam's going to get a shirt, but since we crossed 1,000, we'll still do a random giveaway. You guys in? We'll still do a random giveaway. We'll still do a random FGB shirt giveaway since we crossed 1,000. What's up? Oh, you shotgunning? You hopping on? Chase Sr. is going to hop on and shotgun a beer because you guys are legends, and no one likes Sealand other than me as much as Chase Sr. does. I can promise you that. He's hopped on the 49ers report a couple times. He's been a warrior here for Chat Sports. Monty hanging out. We're going to do a random giveaway too. I said that at the beginning. We crossed 1,000. We'll make that happen. So just to recap, Sealand's going to get the flag. Rolly and I have signed it. Sealand's getting the flag. Sam's going to get an FGB shirt, and we're going to do a random FGB shirt as well. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Monsters of the Midway. So, do y'all want to trifecta this? Three-person race? Three-man race? Did you see what he just did? Rolly says, I can't take an L in front of Bears fans again. So, how about this? Chase shotguns, and then Trace and Rolly will race. How about that? Because Chase is a professional beer shotgunner. This is going to be historic. So, I'm going to time this.
Might not be as fast as I have the little thing on.
Oh, I still haven't. I need to try this thing.
Little shotgun.
Is it pretty straightforward? All right. It's good. That's never been said in this office. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. 318. That's pretty damn good.
Not my best, but not bad.
Appreciate that, brother. What's your best? Have you gone sub 2?
Sub 3.
Sub 3, like 2.5? All right. Shout out to Chase for chipping in. He's a real one. Been plugging out a bunch of NBA content the last month here at Chat Sports. Still doing his NFL thing as well. All right, resume your positions, soldiers. Here we go. Same devices. This is what Sam asked for. No competitive advantages. Rolly's. Hey, let's flash the artillery here. He's got the shot fun. He's got it. You put a beer in there. You close it. You cock it. It gets cracked. You drink. There's no. I will say this. I say there's no advantages. There have been malfunctions in the past. So, but we're doing everything we can here.
Most of the malfunctions are by this man.
That's true. A lot of those are by me. So that is definitely true. So T for Trace, R for Rolly. Rolly's looking for redemption. Do you have any?
Feel good.
Do you have
I
anything
feel
to say?
confident. I
Do you-
feel good.
Do you have anything to say?
I am going to.
Are you going to Plaxico?
I'm going
Guarantee
to-
victory?
I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm going to open the gullet and deep throat it.
Trace, any statement here?
Y'all saw what my throat could do.
You heard it from real ones here. The Harvard or Arkansas.
Harvard of Arkansas versus Ole in New York, St. Bonaventure. It's tough.
Look, you're plus 250. I mean, but the Bonnies have won as a bubble team before. So
Damn, everybody switched up on me. I see how it is.
comeback season. Here we go.
How it is.
Same as before. So on go, that's when you cock.
You know what? Thus far I see.
Cock on go.
Chef got me. Heidi got me.
Shout out to the real ones.
Bobby Smith, that's why you spit.
T for Trace, R for Rolly. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, go. On go, that's when you cock. Then it's up to you guys. So here we go. T for Trace, R for Rolly. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. They're off to the races. Ah, Rolly got him. It's 1-1 for 100. We breaking the tie?
Just straight shotgun.
We breaking the tie for 100? Chase for 100. We'll do another one as well. So it's 1-1. It's up to y'all. If y'all don't want to do anymore, we're cool. We cross the stack. They've agreed, I think, to break the tie for 100. If we get $100. Hey, but you got the dub. They'll break the tie for 100. They'll break the tie for 100. It could be combined too. If 5 people want to send in 20, they'll break the tie. 2 people want to send in 50. If you can't do it on Super Chats, you can Venmo and the Cash App is open too. At @HGramNFL on Venmo. I'll put those in the chat if anyone's interested. Venmo and Cash App. So I know YouTube has a max, so if Sealand or Sam have maxed out, those are in there. Rolls took that one serious, big dub. He did. For 100, they'll break the tie.
Listen, I tried telling you guys that I knew Trace had the advantage on a beer bong. He's the quickest guy in the office when it comes to beer bong. When it comes to this little fellow right
Rolly's
here,
goated. Are you better than Martian Seeps?
I smoked him.
Yeah.
Um,
Never underestimate Rolly, I guess.
I have never raced Brett, who is known to be good at this.
He is good.
But I would consistently say I am the fastest one.
Brett being good at his advanced age is impressive.
You know what's crazy is that when we first got these way back when, I was horrible at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then one day when I was doing a Knicks
It just
stream,
clicked.
I'm being dead serious. I just realized how to do it quickly, and then that's been number one ever since.
It's like riding a bike. When you figure out how to do it, you're good to go. You're good to go. So if we get another 100 total, it doesn't even have to be from one person, we'll run it back. If not, no big deal. So I think this is a good time to do the random FGB t-shirt giveaway. That's what we're going to do. Random FGB t-shirt giveaway. So let's run it back. Spam FGB in the chat.
I'm going to count I'll go from 30 to 0. I'll try to do it backwards, even though it's hard for me.
Either way works. If you're comfortable going the other way, that's fine too.
I'll get it.
You'll give it a whirl. All right, I'm closing my eyes again. Rolly's getting half. Last time we did this, a big one came in, so who knows?
All right. So we're going to go starting right now. So spam those FGBs.
I'm not looking. First name I see once we get to 30.
30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sal Eats.
Oh,
Sal Eats is the name I see. Sal Eats is the winner. So I'm going to drop my Twitter and Instagram in the chat. DM me at HGramNFL. Sal Eats. I will ship you an
Sal
FGB
Eats going.
t-shirt.
Let's go!
Shout out to Tyler, Corey, Heidi, Jaleel, everyone else. Feel like we were pretty fair today. We're giving away a flag to Sealand. We're giving away a t-shirt to Sam, and we still did the random drawing.
Yeah.
Feel like we went about as fair as we could be today. Marty K says, boo. Marty K, you've been a warrior here. Your time will come.
Marty K, am I misremembering here, but are you also a Browns viewer?
Marty K, do you also watch?
Is there a second Marty K? I swear there's a Marty K.
I think you're confusing that with Mary Kay, the writer for the Browns. I feel like you are. Marty K, do you watch the Browns Report?
He says hell no. I think there might be another variation of you, Marty K, out there, because I feel like I've seen you, maybe not actually you, and I'm just having fun with you at this point, but there might be a Marty K, 4 or something like that on Browns, because that name sounds very familiar when it comes to the Browns Report.
Interesting. All right, so the offer's still on the table. $100. We'll break the tie with Rolly and Trace. I'll put the timer up. We'll go 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If we get there, cool. If not, we'll call it a day. $1,000. This is good momentum for football season. Shout out to Rolly. He's been a warrior. Shout out to Chase for coming on. Chase will shotgun a beer for another 100 too. I will also do a beer bong for another 100. So 4 people would chug a beer for another 100 combined. We got 153 watching. If half of y'all send in a buck, we'd get there basically. 35 seconds. Got to get at least $10 in this 2-minute stretch to extend the time. Otherwise, we're going to sign things off here. Vincey's saying one more. It's a collaborative effort. Collaborative effort.
Shout out Sealand and Sam, though.
Sealand and Sam are
unbelievable.
They've
man.
done their part, Rolly.
Unbelievable. Shout out to y'all, and y'all just make me so excited and ready for the real football season to be here, man.
Absolutely. By the way, the NFL account just tweeted out the full 28-3 comeback game.
Electric.
Falcons fans are in shambles.
Electric.
All right, how much time we got here? Minute 20 gone, 40 seconds. If we don't get a super chat, will the show go on loop? Not going to go on loop. Too hectic of a show. Tito with the 5. If we get another 5, we can extend the clock. We got to get at least 10. 25 seconds left. 20-ish seconds left. Tito's done 5. We're 95 away. Marty K! Boom! Trace, Chase, get in here. We're running it back. We're breaking the tie. We're breaking the tie. He says there is only one Marty K. Unbelievable. I've got my beer. I'm going to fill up the Merbonga here. Type boom in the chat. Type boom in the chat. Aaron Rodgers Darkroom says 32nd in team record, first in super chats. The Raiders Report actually has us beat in that category. They go crazy. Giants and Knicks this past month has us beat too. But in general, yeah, we're up there. We're up there. Oh no. Are they bailing?
No, we're good. We're good.
That's
Yours?
That's me.
Oh.
Were you going to use this?
Yeah. So that's what I was going to come mention.
Oh.
Deliberation. We're going to do a beer bong. So it does not favor me.
So this and this? These two?
No, he's going to do a normal bong. Or it should be that in that, actually. Yeah.
It's got to be similar devices here.
We'll do the freedom.
All right, here.
versus
Let me
bong.
take mine down. You can go wash this out and then run it back. You good? All right. I'm going to take mine down first. Here we go. Cheers. To even the playing field, Rolly and Trace are going to do these devices. They're basically the same because Rolly's better at the shot funds. Trace is better at the pure beer bong. So Rolly's going to go wash that out. In the meantime, Chase can come knock out his shotgun because he's a real one here. Same device. I need to try that. Do we just have one? Yeah, we should get a bunch. Yeah. Oh. Maybe I was out of town. Oh, there he goes. A little spillage. Splash zone. Knocking it out. Doesn't this just feel like football's in the air? It's like we haven't had a stream like this in a while. Football must be around the corner. That's the only thing that makes sense. So
2 weeks until training camp.
I know. 2 weeks till camp. What, 3.5 until preseason week 1? So we'll be here quick. Shout out Chase. Rolly and Trace are getting their devices ready. He's still got one in here, so he's good. All you got to do is set up full screen, and we'll be good to go. Shout out Marty K. Marty K, are you going? Are you going to training camp? He says August 3rd. I can't wait. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Tyler says HG's got to make it to the anniversary part. That's true. I got to get out of here soon. So let's we're gonna chug this beer and get on out of here. But $1,100 on a July 11th stream. Appreciate the anniversary support and love. I don't know what rallied you guys, but whatever it was, we took down the Cowboys report. We took down Knicks now. We got to 1,000. So Bears fans always deliver. Bears fans always deliver. Hey, Trace is excited to produce some videos a little bit inebriated. Ooh, a little Saints action? Well, Trace, this is just a warm-up for you. You're going to Mexico.
I am going to Mexico.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. If you guys want to pay my tab in Mexico, send it a super chat.
Yeah.
Send a super chat.
Well, in Mexico, $100 goes a long way.
Yeah.
So
$50 super chat. You're buying my drinks for the month.
Trace, are you gonna recreate the TikTok?
I never seen that. What is that all about?
From Family Guy.
Oh.
They're like, I'm gonna brush my teeth with tequila.
Mexico. All right, same rules as before. Let's listen. Tiebreaker interviews. Rolly, are you confident? You're not as confident as the shot fun.
No. It's similar to. I mean, though this to the beer bong is not as. I mean, it's closer this to what he's doing than it was when the beer bong. I don't love where I'm at right now. Trace is better at sucking things through holes. And, I'm pretty good at the shotguns, but not the holes.
All right, Trace.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Rolly rattled me last round with the shot funds, but
You're back.
Freedom
You're
Bundle's
back in
my
your
thing. I'm
back
ready
in
to
your
go.
comfort zone.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll.
Same rules. 3, 2, 1, go. So let's not get any early starters. We've all seen the horse races where people cheat. So here we go. T for Trace. R for Rolly. Let us know who's going to win.
I walk now. I walk.
Yeah, they live nearby. I'm Ubering because it's my anniversary anyway, so we're good to go. T for Trace, R for Rolly. Yeah, that's why the people rallied. So we're good to go. You didn't even know. It's all good. T for Trace, R for Rolly.
Everyone's on my side.
I'm not.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
T for Trace, R for Rolly. Here we.
Switched up on me. That's crazy.
Oh, man. Sealand says, love the interview. You guys are classic. Hey, we have fun here. We have a good time. 3, 2, 1, go! That was a good start for Trace. I'm not going to lie. Trace, close. The start was the difference. The start was the difference. The start was the difference.
I knew I was trailing and I was working my ass off.
You closed the gap, but...
I knew I was going to finish the second after.
Oh, man. Hey, fellas, listen.
Hey, it's
Cheers.
always respectable. Always respectable.
Oh, so close, Rolly Monster says. So close. Well, you guys went beyond close. So Sealand, Sam, and who was the last guy? What was his name? Sal Eats. Slide in the DMs at HGramNFL. It's my anniversary, so I might check them tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. But we'll get that stuff shipped out. Sealand, the flag is yours. Sam, you get a shirt. Sal Eats, you get a shirt as well. We'll get those shipped out your way in the next soon. Before training camp, we'll ship them out. So be on the lookout for that. We'll get your T-shirt size and your address, all that good stuff. And shout out to Rolly, Trace, Chase, chipping in, helping this engine go. Sam building some graphics for today's show also. So got a lot of help. It's not just me. It's a team effort here. So appreciate the support I've got here. Appreciate the fans who are watching. 2 weeks till camp, man. It's going to be here quick. Shout out to all of you. We're going to get out of here. Hit that sub button for more Bears content. Bear down, FGB.